welcome back to Bucks Beat. This is episode 111. And I know there are a lot of things going on in the sports world right now. We've got the PGA Championship is teed off today, round number 1. We've got Acuna and Strider ready to come back for our Atlanta Braves. Hopefully they're going to pick us up. But the topic today on the podcast is this: the Atlanta Falcons schedule release. Why? Well, how about 7 years of losing? 7 straight years of not being in the playoffs. Finally, we've got a legitimate quarterback taking snaps after Matt Ryan retired. And finally, a Georgia Bulldog drafted by the Falcons in the first round. I'll admit it, I'm excited about the upcoming Falcons season. 5 primetime games. Don't you love the exposure for our team? So excited. Let's go through the Falcons schedule game by game, and we'll play that win-loss thing that you hear on Sports Talk Radio all the time about the NFL schedule when it's released. All right, so the Falcons will open the season against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a divisional home opener. I like it. You got to be ready for this one. And do you think the Bucs will remember the Falcons sweeping the season series a year ago? I bet you they will. Buccaneers have won the South now 4 years in a row. Get the feeling that streak is going to be coming to an end. Vegas odds say this is a pick'em game between the Falcons and Bucs to open the season. That's right, the odds are already out there by Vegas. My pick'em would be the Falcons win the season opening game. So we're 1-0. All right, game 2, week number 2 in Minneapolis. It's a primetime Sunday night game. Got J.J. McCarthy looking like he'll be the new Vikings quarterback. Vikings with a tough defense. First road game. It's our first loss. In a tough spot, we dropped that one in Minneapolis. All right, game number 3 will be in Charlotte, taking on the Panthers. Opportunity for Jalen Walker to show this Panthers organization they made a big mistake in the draft by passing on him. And hopefully we're going to see Jalen Walker. He's going to be sacking that Panther quarterback a lot in this one. Circle this one on the calendar for Jalen Walker. Look for him to have a big-time game. Sacking Bryce Young. Falcons win this one. All right, game 4, taking on the Commanders here in Atlanta. Penix carves up this Dan Quinn defense, and we get the W. Falcons hit the early Week 5 bye. They get the bye early in the season. In fact, this is the earliest you can get a bye, and the Falcons got it. So they hit the bye week number 5, with a 3-1 record to start the season. All right, the big challenge is coming out of the bye. We'll host the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football, and I'm expecting Josh Allen to have a big night there, so we get the loss coming out of the bye. And then it's a quick turnaround. This is a really short week. Travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers on Sunday night. I've got us getting an L on that one. So right now, the Falcons 3-3 at this point in the season. And this is where the Falcons enter the easiest part of their schedule. Week 8, we beat the Dolphins at home. No problem there. Week 9, we go to Boston and take care of this Patriots team that's in a rebuild. Week 10, travel to Berlin, Germany, and we beat the sad sack Colts in that one. So we get to week 11. We're back home taking on the Panthers. We take care of them again, beat Charlotte. Week 12, we go to New Orleans and beat up on the Saints, who are they're tanking for Arch Manning. So we're going to have some fun against the Saints this year. So week 12, we get that win in New Orleans. That's 5 wins in a row for our Atlanta Falcons. Call me crazy. I got the Falcons at this point in time 8-3 on the season. Now, remember last season? Falcons were 6-3. Sitting pretty, looking good, first place, heading to the playoffs. And we lost 6 of the last 8 games. Completely collapsed a year ago. Not this season, though, folks. Week 13, we traveled to New York, taking on the Jets, having won 5 in a row. We're going to drop that one and fall to 8-4 on the season. Week 14 and 15, the NFL didn't do us any favors there. We're going to have a short week. We'll host the Seahawks here in Atlanta. Then a Thursday night game in Tampa. We'll beat Seattle, lose in Tampa. We'll be 9-5 into Week 16 and a trip out to Phoenix to take on the Cardinals, and that's a dub. We get the W out in Phoenix. So Week 17, Monday Night Football showdown with the L.A. Rams. I think we dropped that one. That's an L. Gets us to Week 18, regular season finale at home against the Saints. Come on, man. We're beating the Saints. So the new Falcons in the season 11-6. We end 7 years of losing. We're back in the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Capitalizing on legitimate quarterback play. The defense has improved. We're getting some heat off the edge. We're going to sack the quarterback a little bit in the upcoming season. Now, I notice Vegas has the over and under for the Falcons set at 7.5 this season. The over and under for wins at 7.5. One national analyst crunched the numbers and had the Falcons with 6.7 wins. That would be 27th in the NFL, which is not good. Now, this analyst, talking about me, is predicting the Falcons rise up in 2025. Capitalize on the league's 13th easiest schedule. Falcons go 11-6, win the South, get back in the playoffs, and remember, please remember this, you heard it here first on Bucks Beat Podcast. We appreciate you listening. Back next week talking about Acuna and Strider back in an Atlanta Braves uniform soon. We'll break it down. Hope you'll join me then.